I sort of stumbled across clay. I think I've always done bits of it, but never kind of really considered it as a medium. I feel connected to it because it's from the earth and it's a natural material, but then you're building something from it that then becomes permanent. It's kind of human, it's soft to use, it's fragile. When you fire it, it's robust forever then. The life lessons that using clay teaches you, you can control it to some extent, but you put it in the kiln and it's out of your control. You don't know what's going to happen. It might come out completely fine, it might explode. It's a good way of teaching you that life is out of your control and you just kind of got to roll with what happens and reflect and push things on. I think the experimentation is really important for me. Sometimes I come in and I just set myself a technical challenge of something that I want to make, and I kind of feel like if I'm excited about something and I feel proud of something, then that's going to be shared in the people that view it. The Other World was born through drawing. At the time I didn't have the facilities to do clay work in the studio that I had, and it was just a lot of layers and layers of different inks and pen and pencil, mixed media, collage. And because it's automatic drawing, I never quite know what's going to emerge onto the page, and then I'll use that to inspire 3D pieces, but then sometimes those pieces will inspire drawing and it becomes like an endless cycle. Because it's the same pair of hands that are sketching or creating, the same sort of things come across. The ceramics is just like a 3D drawing. Being brought up on lots of different literature as a child has kind of fed into my mind. It's become its own thing in a way. There is a place, but I don't feel like I know it yet. I feel like it's developing as I develop work, and characters sort of develop their own personalities and little stories. It's kind of nice because it feels like it's taken me on a journey and I never quite know what's going to happen next. It was perhaps a coping mechanism for me at the time, finding refuge in somewhere else that took me away from real life. So I think at the time when it was first created, it came from quite a serious place, and now it's just become quite fun and jolly and a bit silly. I feel like a lot of the homeware work that I do is about just not taking yourself too seriously, being able to have a laugh with it. And also, I really like the fact that every single thing I make is different, even if I'm making a batch of planters. No one is exactly the same. And that's really nice because people take away something that they know that no one else has. It's just a one-off piece in its own right. I think I've just tried to embrace myself a bit more through the making process. I just think there's this idea that neat and tidy and clean is how you should do things, and I'm just really not like that. I'm a messy, all over the place sort of person. I think most of the personalities come from the hand forming part of the process. I do everything quite rough and quite quickly, and then I put time into them after I've formed their original shapes. But then the kiln does do its bit too, and the glazes I mix, but I mix them by eye. I always just feel excited when I'm about to open the kiln. I never really feel nervous about it. I feel more excited about the possibility of what's happened in there. From experience, glazes never quite turn out the way that you expect them to, so I don't have any preconceptions now of what is going to greet me when I open it, and that's quite nice because it's never a downer. It's always just excitement, taking each layer of the kiln out and doing a little dance. I basically just combine everything that I love in life and channel it through ceramics. I think I've always liked the idea that you can just make the things that you need. So some of it is a technical challenge. Can I make this thing that not only has its own character but functionally works? Most of the things that I form by hand, and then I just use my wooden tool and my needle tool. I don't use anything else. I get the textures that I need with those. They're almost quite primitive techniques, really. It is grounding, but then also they're techniques that people used for centuries and centuries before the creation of a wheel that obviously work. Every pot that I pinch is different. They've all got different shapes and wobbles. I don't think I'll ever get bored of clay. I just feel that there are so many things that I've yet to explore that it just keeps it really fresh and exciting, and I'm always thinking of new ways I can push the material and myself. Interactions that I have from people at fairs and markets makes me feel like it's all worthwhile, like I'm doing the right thing, because there's so much horrible stuff going on in the world. It's nice to meet complete strangers and to have the ability to make them smile. And I kind of never dreamed that that would be a thing that my work would do, but it's just brilliant to share laughter with people that you've never met before, and for them to take something away that's going to make them smile every day.